right. Some technical difficulties. Ah, whew. Insane. How's everyone doing this morning or evening, I guess?
Got it?
So, it's not me. Alright, gonna continue white boxing this level. Oh man. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. It stopped. I tried to load up everything. I was trying to load up the level and to start, and it just blinked out. I think I want to do something with this camera because it tends to like autofocus, and then it takes me out of focus while it's autofocusing. It's kind of weird. So, all right, gonna continue gray boxing. Hopefully, all the technical issues are out of the way. Let's see here. Open sprite. So, one, just 0. All right. Just getting a little bit more organized here. Get some naming in. Just get. Oh, 8 and 9. Is that coming up? Everything look all right?
You never switched scenes.
What?
I still show you as you're still in this scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
oops. It was scrolled up or scrolled down. I didn't see it, so I just went to the most common or the one on the top. What is that scene for? The one I just jumped off of.
Like if you're just talking and you don't want to show anything.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, and there's the music. You know, I mean, I get it. Friday's probably a lot of people streaming at this point. but I don't know what other day to do it. I mean, I guess I could do Wednesday.
Are you worried about like no one being here right now?
No, I mean, I just started, and if someone was here, they probably got kicked when I rebooted. But I mean, last Friday was slow too.
See the analytics. And after a while, it'll show like your analytics and the best time for you to stream. Those just aren't available yet. I tried to look for them.
Gotcha.
I like you more. You gotta talk to me.
You said you're gonna get that set up to be failed to update the game. Do you see that? Did it show the previous thing though?
It did.
Interesting.
Wondering. It's because you're doing it, I think, and it's trying. So as a streamer, you can do I command game to update what game you're doing. I can't do that, so that doesn't pop up for me when I do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
You also have website. Yeah, you need to update. Oh, and social.
What do you mean I need an update?
Everything you need to update.
What is everything?
Well, for like your socials, you need to make sure you have like when you have your face, like all your social pages, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff you can put on there. Your Patreon, you need to add whether or not you're gonna have one like for $25 you get the behind the scenes stuff, and then after a year or whatever you can be part of the credit extension. See if we can put that up there. I mean, fucking Brownie already said he'd sign up for that, so if we can get that better.
Where is Brownie?
He told me, yeah, he's like, tell me if you get on Billboard. And this close to my room.
Are you
I
really?
spent all morning finessing the fucking auction house. As soon as I see something drop in price, I would buy it and then I'd resell it.
You're
I made
ridiculous.
120 gold and then blew it all on stuff in the road. Which sucks because that's what I used to do for fucking WoW.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I hate that I'm good at it.
So
Because it's so fucking mind numbing.
no, I hear you. What I used to do in WoW for that
Yeah.
was I had a character that would go because at the time you only I don't know if this has changed or not. At the time, you could only get this certain uh, cooking thing that like it was a certain fish that would turn you into something else. You can only get it on the horde side. It's the only way you could get it is if you were a horde character. And so because you couldn't communicate, there was no way to buy that.
Right.
But I also so what I did was I'd had my orc character go and
The one auction
farm.
house that you could.
I
Yeah.
would farm it and then I would take him over to the mutual
Yep.
auction and I would drag my other character, my alliance character over there, and I drop him in that and then flip characters, grab it, and then take it and drop it into the alliance. And I'd put like 50, 60 gold and they would sell out. Like it was
I used to do
so
that too.
funny. So stupid. That's the only way I made money in WoW back in the day in vanilla. I don't know, it's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, the silliness of WoW. Alright, let's continue getting this stuff done. Also need to start taking measurements of all this stuff. Alright, so this stuff will be foreground. Yep. So I will put this on a foreground layer. So this is going to be the new, and this is going to be on player ground -1. Get this a little bit darker green. Drop some lace. Ooh. I gotta remember how I changed this. You? Nope. Nope. It was height. All right. Okay, so those height. Those three. We're supposed to change the 3.
Anita's talking.
Hey Anita, how are you doing? Hey, thanks. Yeah, they sent me an email this morning. I was like, I thought I still had another stream or so. So that was a pleasant surprise. How are you today? Yeah, fair. Yeah, seeing Kate struggle with the trying to get a partner, I know that's the big one right there. Awesome. It's good to hear. In these trying times, being well is hard to accomplish some days. Oh yeah? Promotion? Raise? I thought you reapplied like a week ago or 2 weeks
No,
ago.
I had to wait 30 days. Yesterday was the day that it reset.
Oh, gotcha. But that last message they gave you when you did it sounded better than any message before that, right?
Yeah.
What do I call these? Yeah, if you don't mind. Always use good work news considering. We thought that would have been the case like 4 or 5 times ago though. No, I actually really didn't anticipate. I actually thought you had to apply for affiliate. I didn't know they were going to email me when I hit the stats, so I was pretty surprised. Look at that, and your channel's been doing really well lately. So, was I don't want to take the risk of me getting partner before you. God, you'd probably kill me. Not that I'm even looking at that right now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it's you gotta. I mean, I hate people losing their jobs. I mean, that sucks. But you also gotta make it, consider they didn't get where they were because they weren't smart with the situation. The ones I hate is when they bloat their workforce and then turn around and lay people off because of their hiring practices. Too many people start depending on them, especially a brand new job. That drives me nuts. Well, it sounds like it finally having a relatively, hey, honest gamer, how's it going? How are you doing on this Friday evening? Um, what I was gonna say though, I think with regardless on the how good Kick is or not, it's finally some competition for Twitch. Been painting, awesome. Being creative helps the soul if you have one. Yeah. Um, are you in the Shoe Goose
Yes.
community? Post it there. I can check it out there. I don't think my Discord is set up yet to start sharing things, so I would love to get it there. We've been using it for just our production for so long. There's a lot of channels we need to start cleaning out and building. Yeah, I don't really like the idea of kicks practices. But you know, any type of competition is good. Let's see if I can load this up.
Load up the art.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's coming together. That looks cool.
Show other people.
Yeah. Do you mind if I put it up? I was asking on this game. You mind if I bring it? Go ahead. All right, cool. You open it in browser. Oh, and then it opens a new screen. Nice. And these are my favorite style of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is the old 80s cartoon. That looks cool. I can't wait to see it finished. A couple I don't know about it. I don't know if it's been as long as a couple years, but in the last couple years, we'll just say, I started reading the comics, and it's interesting on how different they are from the comics and how similar the movie was to the comics, or the show, how different the comics and the show were, and then how close the movies, which I thought were totally left field, were similar to the comics. The comic is definitely more violent. And cheesy too. Like it was extremely like I'm still working through it. I think I just got through uh Compendium 4 or 5. So what would that be like if they're doing I don't think they do I think they do 10 issues, so maybe it's not a compendium, but it's a collection. Oh, thank you for those subs. Anonymous.
Oh, I can get one.
You need to start throwing your prime sub at me, babe.
I have a couple weeks left.
I'm just
February 12th.
Thank you so much for those subs, though. Anonymous.
Why say it like that?
Because I just think it's funny. Anonymous. The first movie. What am I growing? Oh, are you talking about here? You got me thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all of a sudden. Like I forgot what I was doing over here. So this is I'm doing the gray box for the beginning river level, and this will be some of the lily pads that you'll be swimming through. So not that these are finalized art, I just like putting things in so I can visually see how the level is progressing and then how it would look. So I kind of like to play with a little bit of the depth, so as the players kind of swimming through it. And then eventually, I'll probably bug my programmer to give me some type of thing to swoop, so I can get a feel if it's too close, too wide, that kind of thing. Hey, get the 100 bits. Thanks, babe.
You got a hype train.
I got a hype train. I have no extra emotes for it.
No, people, you don't earn those. Twitch gives them to you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's your first one. Aww.
Look at a baby streamer growing up. Aw. Should never refer to myself that way again. I think I got I got one emote. Is it here?
It might take a minute usually. Oh no, it is.
It's there. Pop out. The Blindkat logo. It's growing. It's growing. I'm completely amazed with how much love I've received. I mean, I've only been streaming. This is my fifth stream.
7.
Thank you. Oh, seven.
Gotta say 7.
Seven.
I'm about to take away your affiliate.
Yeah, right. So this music's actually what I'm thinking about putting into the game. Um, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Humble Bundle, but Humble Bundle does a lot of like indie game packs and stuff, and every once in a while they'll throw up music packs for different genres and stuff. And I found this pack. It was called the Asian Empires pack, so I grabbed it, and I I would listen to it tidbit by tidbit when I was looking, through the list. But I never sat down and listened to it. So yesterday's stream, I put it on repeat, and I'm just gonna probably do that for a while, um, and then start by doing that. I'm hoping that it'll either pop in my head, hey, this would be a good sound for going through this level, and this would be a good during combat, and this will happen, whatever. Um, and so far, I've gotten really positive feedback on the music, so I'm probably going to implement it. I want to find a little bit better combat music for it, but I like the how subtle the music is, so I can put it in the background and it's not overbearing. You know, I hear you, and to be fair, I was thinking the same way with this stuff, and I pitched it to Kate, and I pushed it to a couple other people and see what they thought, and I mean, a lot of people were like, "No, you should just do it." And then I've been watching a lot of like I know it's a little different for you, painting versus me what I'm doing. Like I went to software and developers and just looked at what they were doing, like all different streamers that were doing software and development, and just thought if I could, measure up to them. And there's a wide range out there. And everybody seems to be very encouraging. And from what Kate does, I've watched streamers with them, and they all seem a very accepting bunch. So I think when you're ready to do it, I think that it'll help. It'll get you more focused. At least for me, it did. So I'm assuming it would for others. Yeah, she's good at that. She she likes to push and nag too. I mean, she started uh, telling me I was gonna have to stream on her channel. I was pissed. But then I was like, I was thinking about doing this for game, and she goes, "We'll see." So the guidance of smoke,
Fog.
huh? Am I missing something?
On a steamer. I spent like a good 20 minutes doing fog on a random canvas to show them how to do it.
Oh, okay. I was like, all right, now I feel dumb. I don't know what we're talking about. Hey, level one train hype. Awesome. Thank you so much for those subs and the biddies.
You get to see her with kitties all the time.
Choo choo.
Day one, you're in the There you go.
Now I want to be like, question, who is anonymous? I don't know why. I think it's I think it's because Anonymous, when I think of Anonymous, I think of the hacker group.
Maybe it is the hacker group.
Maybe. Oh no. Red skies. No, let me look that again. With the orange? No, I think I agree. I think the orange sky fits the feel of the show. I think that particular shot would make me think of like those types of colors. I don't know why. But yeah, no, I see your point. I think you using orange, I think that works out better. And the orange and green play off it well. So yeah, I agree with that. Hot pink and orange. Interesting. No, I'm totally curious on when that comes out. Dimension X. Well, isn't that like if for some reason I got uh the cartoon intro video from that shot. Was that a shot that they showed in the like opening scenes or something similar? Yeah, okay. It's been years since I've watched the cartoon. I'm actually surprised I haven't bought the set. Telling you, I used to be a huge I love this cartoon. When it came out, I was about 12. I lived on Camp Pendleton. Like I remember everything about when this show came out. Um, and Burger King had VHS of like if you got a like I don't know some meal or whatever, you could get a VHS for $1 or something, and it was a single show. And I had that for years. That's good. That's a good shot, and it incorporates the you know, Shredder was real heavy at the beginning, but later on with the Dimension X and stuff like that, that really came out. Yeah, man, I'm gonna look now, not right now, but I'm gonna get the box set. I bought Transformers box set from the early '80s. I think it's all 4 seasons, and then what was it? Oh, the Batman animated series. I love the Batman animated series. All for it. Love the Batman. And what's funny is like I thought about looking for the original Voltron, but I'm scared that if I watch it, I might not like it again. Because shows back then were not really well written. They did not hold. Like even some of the Transformer shows I watched, I was like, oh, I can't believe I liked this as a kid. This is so bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, not all of them, but a lot of those episodes. Yeah. So where are you at with everything with this game about when do you think it will be finished? Um, so right now, and this might be partially my fault, um, our demo's right about there. Um, about 3 months ago, I didn't like all just the mechanics we had, so I was like, do we need to add a couple new mechanics to this? And that was really, as you, that was the combat mechanics. I wanted to change those up, and so that's being developed right now. And as soon as I have that, Our mechanics will be done for the demo, and I am currently rigging. I think, do I have it open? Here, let me show you. So even though it's a 2D game, I modeled the character in 3D, and then I am going to rig it and animate it, animating because we don't have an animator, and uh, and then I'm gonna output it into a 2D environment. Here, I'll show you what. So right now, this is where we sit with the character, and so I'm gonna rig this, and then I'll animate it, and I have to then do all the different positions and stuff like that. But once it's rigged, that should be relatively easy. And once the mechanics are done, I'll stick the animations into it, and we'll have the demo. I am estimating and I'm pushing for the demo to be out before April, but by April. Uh, and then the game itself is probably another year away. We have our goalposts set. All of the levels will be done. Where am I at? Where am I at? All these gray boxes will be done by June, and then the art will start taking place. So ultimately, we started this project about 3 years ago. About a year and a half in, I had 8 people for that first year and a half. A couple were cancers on the project. Actually, I would say one was a major cancer on the project. Um, and then when he left, a couple of people kind of fell off, and then my business partner and I got into it, and we didn't see eye to eye, and he tried to hurt the project, and so majority of the rest left, and only the programmer I brought on and one of the artists that my partner brought on are remaining right now. So, and that was about a year and a half ago, and so we kind of had to reset. The original art was done by an artist who left, and so we had to recreate all the art that she had created, and so here we are. No, it was it's this is gonna sound weird, but it was an ego thing, I think. Um, he felt like everything that was going to be done on this project with the business, I should have to run through him, and I didn't feel that way, especially about some things that are just they, there really is no point in making sure that each of us confirm on everything. Um, and I wouldn't have been upset had he done the same thing, but he did. And so when he got upset about it, I had had enough. He really wasn't doing anything for almost a year, and when he blew up at me, I snapped right back, and I was like, "Dude, you haven't done anything for a year. I You coming at me like this is not the way I want to handle this." Yeah. So originally, my original business partner, he came to me and he's like, "Dude, we should start something." Because we had tried to do an animated film. I don't know. So if this was 2019, we tried to do it in 2014. We did a Kickstarter thing for it. Our goals were extremely lofty. Um, we got about $14,000 in Kickstarter, but we were shooting for 250,000, so we got nowhere close. And so when he came back to me and said, "Hey, we should try this again," I said, "Okay." So he wanted to do this animation for. He had a friend that wrote a book or something, and he was trying to get us that contract to do that book's animation. Well, when that fell through, I said, "Well, I have this game idea," and I pitched it to him, and he loved the idea. So it was a bad book. And so we sat down. Because we both kind of worked at the Art Institute at the time, and so he had a lot of animation kids on the project for the other one. And so he asked if they wanted to come over here. A few of them did. And yeah, we started working for a while. It's true. It's true. But to be fair, that book had some cool characters. I guess the writing was just horrid. I wouldn't have read it. Um, so I teach Unity at the high school because I teach basically game development, and so it was just familiar to me. It was the most recent thing my hands have been digging into, and this is before we had a programmer. So if I was going to be doing anything, I needed to be familiar with everything, and so Unity was kind of just a natural choice. Plus, I wanted to do 3D if we had enough 3D talent. Um, but we didn't. We only had 2D artists, and so that's why we switched to 2D. And Unity does a really good job at 2D. I have nothing against any other game engines. It was just I picked the most familiar to me, and yeah, I mean, the only time I got a little second guessy with using Unity was when they did this whole shit storm in October. So I did originally teach in the college at the college level. Um, I taught at the Art Institute of Las Vegas from 2007 to 2006 or 15 because I didn't return after Christmas break. So the end of 2015, and then I went to the high school and I was teaching there, and then they actually had me come back and teach part time at the college level again. So I did both for a couple years or for about a year, and then they finally went under. But yeah, you're right. I did both. And my days of teaching this at high school might be over soon too. So hopefully none of my students are sitting in here hearing that.
Not say that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I've been posting on my socials, and if they still follow my socials, they're
Fair. Yeah, no, it's so to be fair, I think it's becoming more of a thing. Though we're kind of in this. So the problem, and I think this is a problem at the college level too, is they really don't know what to do. Um, my music stopped here. Forgot to turn it on loop playlist. Okay. I don't think they know what to really teach. Um, I mean, I think they have the core idea, and they bring people from the industry, go, hey, what's the most important thing that we should teach these students? But no one, very few schools go, okay, this is a course for artists to do game art. This is a design course to do game design, and this is software engineering for games. There is that's starting to take place, but I think for so many years, game development, game design was just taught as a very broad subject. And at the high school level, it really was set to that. And that's just happening in the last, let's say, decade, maybe. Um, Teaching high school, I have a lot of recruiters come in from colleges that have game development, and then listening to their pitch and just seeing what they do, I can see that they're changing over the time. Rushing,
great.
you're fine. So it's such a popular thing. I think it needs to be handled a lot more carefully, and it's I don't know. I don't know what the reason why they haven't done that part yet. But colleges are starting to change. I do see that. I see colleges are starting to compartmentalize everything. But yeah, I took my master's in game development, and what a joke. Yeah, no, so they're and both those game engines, Unity and Unreal, have a vast community on both, right? And there's a lot of free tutorials how to use it. I think I was talking about this yesterday. Um, Unreal is actually how I got into level design because Unreal 2003 had a level editor that would come with it, and they would give you like the assets and stuff like that. And then I think it was 2003. It came with a disc from 3D, a company called 3D Buzz. I don't even know if they're still around. I haven't even looked it up. And it had a bunch of tutorials on how to use the Unreal Engine, and then they showed you how to do like the reflections and transparency and using the brush tool inside Unreal. And I loved it. I built so many like Unreal levels I never even published. But that's actually how it got me an opportunity to work for Factor 5, who did the Rogue Squadron layer. They did a few other games. I'm pretty sure they did all the Rogue Squadrons for the GameCube. If it tells you how old that company is. I mean, I think Unreal is a beautiful engine. Um, Teaching wise, though, I don't like using Unreal like with students. It's a little different when you're taking tutorials because you're already showing initiative to learn something when you go to a tutorial, even if you're just trying to fake it to make it kind of thing. If you have these tutorials, you're seeking them out. For me, being a teacher, if I use the Unreal Engine, it would allow students to take shortcuts, and that I didn't want to do. And so I use, not to say that Unity doesn't have something similar, but there's a lot more steps to get that stuff. Versus Unreal, it actually puts it right there in your face almost. So I think I I I look at Game Engine as a tool that I can meet my goals. Hi, baby.
Finally, you're not on the couch.
Um, I got into it with another game design teacher, if you want to call him a teacher. And like his whole argument was like Unreal's used for this, it's used for that. I'm like, I never said Unreal was a bad engine. All I'm saying is you shouldn't be teaching an animation class using Unreal. That doesn't make any sense. Is it $1 million?
That was a lot less than that.
It used to be
I
100,000.
didn't say that.
But I think you're right. I think they did switch it to 1 million, but so did Unity now. Unity's made it. You only pay. Um, I think it's 5% after $1 million. So and this is the same with Unreal, as far as I know. Unity will take 5% of every game sold after $1 million, and then there's another fee, but it's dependent on what you make or what's there. I do too. I am totally 100% good with how much they charge. Uh, when I was learning Unreal originally, in order to use that game engine to make a game, you would have to buy it for $300,000, and I think that might have been on the low end. Um, and so you were pretty much cut off if you were not a company. So I am okay with their kind of their setup. Unity in October did some really stupid shit, and it scared the hell out of a lot of people. They were talking about 15 cents per install, even after the game had been sold. But they backtracked it, and then they let go of that CEO. So, but it used to be, or that 15 minutes that they did, it was like a week. A lot of people walked away. And now you have Godot, which is an open source game engine, which means you wouldn't have to pay royalties or anything, but there's a lot less there in support. Unity and Unreal, they have a lot of support for indie devs. So I think you're in good hands if you choose whatever game engine. Just know that some come with a little bit more smacking around, I guess. Thanks. There is actually the 2D side scroller style games. Because I think it has a lot of retro feeling to it. I think a lot of people like going back and playing those. But then you also have games like Ori and the Blind Forest. Um, Beautiful story, heart-wrenching story to be honest. Um, Fun mechanics, stuff like that. Trying to think what else. A lot of the old arcade style 2D side scrollers are huge. Yeah, Ori's one of my major influences on this game, at least in terms of like lighting and movement and stuff like that. Actually, it was all 2D. That was just all paint abilities. Like that just tells you how great their artists were. I mean the way they made those worlds, it, chef's kiss, right? It was just awesome. I think there was something that they used that was for 3D, but it still converted to a 2D format or something like that. There's like a video set that someone told me about, and I have no idea. I could not find it again. Oh, it was good. Yeah, no, it was probably not as heart-wrenching, but it still has a very sad tale. But the first one makes you like almost sob within the first 10 minutes. Or I think Ori and the Blind Forest is. If I have to put it into a 2D category, it's my top. If I have to say overall favorite, it's in my top 5, definitely. And I think the only reason why I would probably say Last of Us is probably my top favorite game is purely because of storytelling. Because mechanic-wise, it was good, but it wasn't like groundbreaking. The story was just so good. Amazing game. To be fair, I mean, not to say he didn't play a great Joel, but that wasn't him in the game. And I played the game years and years before the show. I actually thought he played a really good Joel, to be honest. Much better than I anticipated. I'm on the fence with Ellie, but I think not because of the actor, but because of I just couldn't buy into what she was, to the writing for her. Them, sorry. Because if I'm not mistaken, the actor that plays Ellie. They are not binary. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, he took his sister to like the Golden Globes or something.
Oh, really? You know, I don't. So here's the thing: is like I don't follow a lot of actors, mainly because I think I'm worried that I'm gonna find just shitty people. Like I am a huge fan of, and just hear me out if he is an asshole. So, uh, God, his name's right there, and it won't come out. Like I'm even picturing his name, and I can't read it for whatever it's blurred. Um, mm,
What was he in?
uh, The Professional. He was in Harry Potter.
I know what you're talking about. Steve.
Damn it. No, 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 not Dave Chappelle. We won't talk about that one. Fair, fair. Damn it. What is his name? Um, killing me, killing me. I see his face. He was also in. Uh, now I can't think of
Like
the. Oh,
Jean Reno.
no, no. He was
Gary
also in
Oldman.
Gary Oldman. I love Gary Oldman's acting, but he was interviewed for something years ago, and I have no idea if he's a dick beyond this. But I remember reading the interview years and years ago, and something he said pissed me off. And I was like, fuck that guy. Yeah, and I refuse to do digging because the characters he plays in every single movie I've ever seen him in, I absolutely love. And so I refuse to find out anything else about him outside the world. I don't fucking care. If he murdered children, I don't want to know about it because I want to love the characters that he created on screen. And I know that sounds really contradictory and really fucked up, but I just love the characters he plays on TV. He could be a total fucking ass. You can murder him after that and sentence him to a million years. I don't care. I just don't want to feel it when I'm watching those characters on stage or on in those movies. And so since that time, I've pretty much did the same thing for everybody. I don't want to know who they are because it's that whole like don't meet your heroes kind of thing. Meet your heroes, you're gonna be disappointed. And so I just cut them out. This was a cool character. I don't want anything else to destroy it. Fair,
Especially nowadays.
especially nowadays, right? But
He'd be a douchebag. He's probably not like some crazy like racist. You'd hear more about that.
so whatever he said to me felt very borderline bigotry, but I can't remember. Like I seriously blocked that world. I was like, oh, Gary Oldman, stop it. I will refuse that you exist as a person with your own views and bullshit. I will just like the characters.
I didn't even know that he was in Harry Potter.
Huh?
I didn't even know he was in Harry Potter.
He plays Sirius Black.
Oh. Get that.
But my hands down favorite role of his is
Leon.
huh?
In Leon the Professional.
No, actually, though, perfect. He did a perfect job. But my favorite character he plays is from True Romance. I played that one for you. It's where he's the gangster. Uh, it's such a good scene.
Christina Ricci would be cool to meet.
Yeah, Christina Ricci would be cool to meet. Nice and pleasant, I would imagine. He was brilliant in and the professional too. I don't want to take that away, but and maybe it's because the first time I ever fully recognized him and started paying attention was because of True Romance. So I might be a little biased on that one, but so good. Bingo! What's funny is like what now, I mean, so many things have changed over the years, like the way language is used, expressing yourself and stuff like that. Like, I was just listening to a song not too long ago, and I was like, "Oh shit, this probably is not a good thing to listen to anymore." Christine Ricci is very kind. She actually has a reputation of being very kind to fans. Ricci is the celebrity spokesperson for Rain. She has done a lot of activism. That's cool. Yeah, oh, sweet. It's always nice when people use their platform for the good, unlike the when they do it for the bad. Like, I can't think of that guy's name that I don't really care for, but he does a lot of speaking out. Just get a feel for this. Oh, ooh, Bum, bum, bum. I think this is way too close. This needs to be smaller. So I want to see the spears coming through. So my camera is way too zoomed in. Yeah, I think these are way too big. Zoom, zoom. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna worry about the zoomed in part because I don't think my camera settings are proper on this scene, so I'll have to wait for that. That's hey, fish bonds. Thanks. Yep, got the email on everything this morning. What's that? Oh, thanks, Fishbots. Thank you so much for that sub. A gifted sub. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, it's yeah, right. Yeah, the Steam page isn't up yet. I'm still working on it. I really think I need to knock that out this weekend. Um, I might just put up a little cheesy trailer kind of thing. Sorry. My goal is to get this fish rigged and at least starting to animate. A subreddit? I don't know. I hadn't thought about it to be honest. Okay. I never even thought about Reddit. So yeah. So what game engine are you using, Fish? I'm gonna assume an Unreal if you're doing builds. Unless you're I guess you could be building mostly Unreal. Yeah. Okay. So when you say deep in the engine, I'm assuming you're actually hard coding in it, not just using the occasional Unity, which is even less fun to build from scratch. I've been slowly working into picking up things and using them. For this one in particular, uh, I have an artist that's doing it all in Yukio style. If you're not familiar, style. I had everything open and then my computer crashed. Bless you. Okay, that's enough. Jesus. Just my wife's gonna kill me on stream. Then I'll make partner. I'll be dead, but I'll be partner. So let's see. Here's the art style. So this is the kind of the inspiration that my artist is going for. Oh, okay. Content is content. Okay. No, I don't know why I didn't think about it. I do know I'm limited. I do a lot of this stuff while I'm at work and I'm kind of just sitting off. And Reddit is shut down to me at work, and so that's probably why I never even thought about it. Because I'll be looking for like answers for game issues, and I'll see Reddit posts in the searches, and it sucks. I can't get to them. I think learning environments need to think about what good some of
Well, that'd
these
be for anything.
sites.
Not playing games right now.
Yeah, Reddit is addictive. Yeah, fair. Um, so this is kind of an old rendition of our character, but this is his style. Now it's pretty close. Right now we just have like there's like gold crack, but yeah, that's our character. And I've been kind of teetering on asking the artist to switch to blue, but I don't think it's a good idea. You will likely need moderators once you make a subreddit. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, and I will reach out to you. I mean, more than likely, I'll set it up, or not more than likely, I will set it up. But just getting to it, um, I really. So one of the things I've been struggling with hardcore on this, and Fish, I'm sure you probably felt the same way on this one. Um, I so badly wanted to get to this point to stream it because I knew it would force me to work more hands-on to it because I would do it a little bit here, a little bit there, which is another reason why it's a year and a half. Um, you're about to correct me. uh, so my first day streaming, or it wasn't even streaming the game. I was on Kate's stream painting, and since I was streaming, I went and raided a developer. And all of this stuff I just made live, like the website, just made live earlier that day. And it had just text there that was like, hey, check out this Steam page and like us and yada yada. But there was no Steam page yet. And so it just was like, well, that was dumb. And all these people were like, I don't see anything on Steam. Where is it? I was like, ah, yeah, it's not there. Damn it. And then I'd meet people and I was be talking about the game and people were like, man, that sounds really cool. You know, is there something I can follow? I'm like, no, not yet. So it's really getting there. I'm trying to get to that point. Yeah, it's just been this month has been crazy for both of us too. So, and then I was like, hey, let's add this. And so, yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to. Busted. Oh, hey, you didn't re Really, what I need to do is just create a pseudo um, trailer. If I had that, I think the Steam page would be just about ready to go. I think I got everything else filled out. Oh, nice. Okay. So what, so Fish, what do you do? Like, are you building tools? I mean, if you don't mind me asking. Yeah. Like I said, we've had, this last month and probably even the end of December has just been crazy. Technical that studios and teams don't want to do. Don't have XP. Gotcha. Okay. Kind of like a hired gun. Okay. Cool. All all Mercedes all the time. Nice. My daytime job currently is teaching game development. So this is something I was like, you know what? I've been teaching how to do this for so long. It's time for me to do my own. It's a weird experience too, because things I didn't have to worry about, when I was just teaching it, I'm now having, like, I spoke on it, but now I have to follow. And I'm discovering things that I never thought about. Okay. So like you get called when you're like the wolf that comes in and fixes someone's shit that they don't even know how to fix probably or have the time. Nita, what you're hearing right now is probably the music I'm going to be putting in. This is a music pack that I had found about a year ago, and so I'm probably going to use this. I do want to get some different music to play like during combat and stuff like that or boss fights. But I'm digging the general gist of this soundtrack. I think for level exploration, I think this fits really well, and it kind of puts you in the idea of where you're at. It's just going to be hard to find similar style music but ramped up for those uh, those battle scenes. Oh, okay. No, I started playing this yesterday, and um, I've it's just growing on me, and that's exactly why I decided to start playing it during my streams. Was just to see if I like it after so long. I figured if it started to annoy me, it would annoy someone who was sitting there playing the game for long periods of time. So, but everybody so far has been complimenting the music. It is really relaxing. And to be fair, I kind of want, even though it's going to be a brawler-esque style game, a lot of it is going to be story and swimming through the world. And so I uh I think relaxing is going to fit the narrative a little bit. And like I said, during those combat sessions, I want more ramped up music. But I just did this one. There's a local um, group here in town. I'm sure there's probably chapters in every state or city or whatever. Uh, but I met a lot of uh, guys and that they do different things, right? Like, and there was a couple voice actors, or at least one voice actor. It's done a lot. I looked at his IMDb. He's been in a lot of different games and cartoons and stuff. But then there was also a lot of sound composers, and that was kind of the reason why I went and joined the group was so I could start meeting some of these people. And they're all very, I mean, just like the community that I've met on Twitch, very welcoming, very interested in working and getting things done. They all have the same interest, same love for building games and stuff. So I've only gone to one meeting, but I was super inspired by a lot of the people who were there. And I'm gonna be going there. I think the next one is like early February, so I plan on going to that. Getting close to the end yet. Oh, let me move these into player ground. All right, I had to do a couple different things. So I wonder if I did this shape from like the bottom and then did another shape from the top, if that would be better. And then that could be a solid shape. Let's try that. Alright, so we'll start out here. I'll just take the shape inside. Let's make that a little transparent. I'll just move this to the end. Oh, damn it. There. Break this. There we go. Alright, now. To be honest, me and my programmer, we've been like talking about how I want to get this part done by June, all levels gray boxed out. I don't think it's gonna take me that long. I think I'm gonna have it. Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that. I think I'm gonna have all the levels done probably maybe a month and a half. But then again, I do want to start the trailer and all that stuff, so I may stop doing some of these and work on that trailer. So I really would like to get that Steam page up and running. Spot there. Be fair, I'd love to start rigging and skinning the character. The problem is I don't know enough about rigging and skinning in Blender, and I want to get to learn that, so I'm not doing it on stream. Like, oh, hold on, I gotta watch this tutorial because I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. So I need to learn that stuff, and then I can spend the time doing that for the character. I started taking this course for animating in Blender, and so far I got some decent stuff to show for it. Just tutorial stuff though. So it's gonna take a minute. Shoop. And I dig these shapes. I wish I would have known about them forever ago. Make gray boxing much, much easier. Speaking of this music being relaxing, I have a problem. Like right around 6 o'clock, I start getting like pass out tired. So I've been up since 4 in the morning. Yesterday's stream, I was kind of like dozing out. I was just like, all right. And that's why I decided to call it yesterday. I was getting just too tired. I mean, it was getting close to dinner time anyway. And I was done with where I wanted to be. Yeah. You going to get it? Or are you sending out for it? So you're gonna have it Grubhubbed in? I, I figured that's disappointing. It's probably gonna be cold by the time it gets to us. This is so good though. Yeah, fair. I got you. I hate Nanya for it. Just be cooler if you did. Sorry, just kidding. Love you. And I am totally kidding, so please don't think I'm being serious. I know you're sick. Know it. Know it. So the idea here, for there's gonna be a boss fight right here, and it's a crane, and so really you wouldn't see in the normal fight you won't see. I shouldn't say the normal fight. You'll mostly see the bird's feet, and then the head and neck and beak and all that stuff will strike from up top, and then it will try to scoop up with its wings. And the way to avoid this is you'll have to kind of dive into these little pits, but then the bird will start stomping, and if you're in the pit, it'll knock you up and stun you a little bit, and then you'll have to, then the bird's going to want to strike down. Just to give you an idea what these little spots or pots, I guess.
Euro.
Is that what I normally get?
Well, so there's the Euro that has it in the actual sandwich, and then there's the Euro platter, which is everything like out in the platter and you build yourself. rice, the bread, or the salad.
No, I'll take a euro. Beef. Can you get hummus? And extra pita.
No tomatoes.
No tomatoes, please. No onions either. I think they put onion on that last time. Just don't remember why I put this. It was spider. That might come out later. Do the top here.
Sarah's doing what, fries or rice?
Can I grab both points? Oh yeah, what's up? No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. All right. Let's situate. Out of the water. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a. Are you in Vegas? I don't know. Fair. It's it just opened not too long ago around us. You are, no doubt. That's crazy. So then it may very well be the same place. That's crazy. Yeah, Stephanie? So Fishbots is here too?
Wait, lives in Vegas?
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah.
What's the odds of that?
Yep, that's it.
On this side of town?
Yeah.
It's not Americais?
Yeah, yeah.
Right by Dutch Brothers?
Well, you said Stephanie American Pacific, that's where
Yeah.
that is. Yeah, we're not too far. That's it. That's the one we go to. Crazy.
No
Small
shit.
town.
That's fucking weird.
Small world, rather. Oof.
What do we move?
Gotcha. Hey, Phantom. What's going on? Phantom's also local.
Yeah. Since the zone out too.
Yeah.
I bet you Fishbox is one of your students. I'm just kidding.
Shit. Crazy, crazy.
Crazy.
It's going. That's good. I try to keep my students away from my personal stuff. They tend to stalk me.
I mean, you could be a college student.
Fair. So, I mean, I don't know if you go to it. The group I was talking about was the IDDA. You know, earlier, if you were listening, we were talking about that. I literally went to my first meeting in January, or the beginning of this month. So yeah, I think someone came in, um, because I used to have a former student that used to run it when I taught college, and he used to tell me about it back. That must have been maybe 2014, somewhere around there. And then he moved away, and then I didn't hear about it. And then just recently, it's popped back up. I don't know how long they've been going, but someone told me that they were doing meetings again, and then I went searching for them on Discord, and then attended my first meeting this, like I said, this January. And I don't know how long they've been going this group, but everybody I met were really cool.
It's if Fishbot ever goes to any of the conventions, they've probably seen us.
Oh, that's true. You go to any local conventions, fish spots?
Amazing Comic Con.
Amazing Comic Con or what else have we done?
And I guess I dressed up. I worked the G Field booth at Level Up last year.
Oh, the G Field booth at Level Up. Just DEF CON? Okay. I remember when that started. It's the hacker convention. A friend of mine, I mean, I don't know if she still knows him, but a friend of mine used to go every year because she knew either one of the beginning people that started DEF CON or something. I just remember when it started, and she would tell me about the person that was putting it together and stuff, and then she would go. So, but that's as far as I know. I don't know anything. I don't know names. I don't know. I just remember it starting up and going, "That's kind of cool," and I never attended. I always wanted to. And funny enough, I've been listening to Pirate Software lately, and he talks about being uh that he's gone to DEF CON. So nice. Everybody always like when I talk to people that probably don't know anything about hacking, but they're always trying to like, oh, and if you go to this, don't do this and don't do that. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know how true it is.
What? No.
We are kind of growing as a technology town, though.
Amaranth just got banned on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, people are saying it's probably only temporary because it's her eighth ban so far.
I'm actually surprised it's taken this long.
What? She's been banned 8 times.
After like what she did when she went over to Kick, I'm surprised they weren't like, nope, that's good, we're done.
Well, maybe this will be it. I doubt it. She makes them too much money.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, just throwing all this stuff together. Why do you go that far? Oh, yeah, probably because I made it. I might have to check out and go to DEF CON. Maybe this. Isn't it in the summer months, or did it just happen? It's in August usually. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was in the summer months or late July. I'll have to reach out to my friend and see if they still go every year. Not that that would be a, make or break if I go or not. Just,
Now you have a new friend that goes.
yeah. Oh, man. I remember when I watched, and I don't know if you've seen this movie. I think it was called Hackers 2, but then it was also it depends on how you saw the movie. But it was like Takedown, Hackers 2, Takedown, the story of Kevin Mitnick. Go skip most of the talks unless there's something that is super duper interesting to you. Go do contests, go to the villages, hack some stuff. Cool. Well, all right, I'll check it out. I'm good, Brown. How you doing today? How's your Friday going? Yeah, I honestly don't know why I've never gone. Like it was such in my circle of friends that I'm just surprised that I didn't go. Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's go. There you go. Two dogs and a whiskey. Nice. Yeah, I when there's a tight knit communities or it's where you can learn stuff from. Those are the best ones. I've gotten so used to going to like comic cons and anime cons, and I mean, don't get me wrong, those people are nice, and I still end up going and gravitating towards people I can learn from and talking their ear off. What kind of whiskey are we talking here? I have a friend that is a very big whiskey drinker, but it has to be a particular type. And he gets all butthurt if you choose the wrong type. I haven't talked to him in a few years, but he swore it cured whatever ailed you. Yeah, I'll definitely look into checking it out this year. And I'm usually off. Well, August I end up going back to work, but I'm usually off in July. So if it's in late July, that'll make life super easy. But I also have enough sick days that I can take off too. So, shoot. I am new. I just this is yesterday would have been 1 week total of streaming. I'm liking it. I mean, I still feel a little weird on certain things, but I mean, my wife streams not daily, but 4 days of the week, and she's been doing it for a couple of years, so she helped me a lot in getting things set up, and um, she kind of coaches me on little things here and there, yells at me to do other things. Uh, I mean, it's still a little weird to talk to myself when no one's in here, but I'm getting there. I'm getting the hang of it. It is definitely nice to have a little helper. Uh, and the community has been amazing. I can't say it enough. You know, all the support I've already gotten. It's only been a week. Um, so no, it's been a good start at least. Um, I'm sure I'm gonna screw a lot of things up along the way, and but I learn from things. I learn by failing, so I'll stumble a few times and come out better for it. I was actually surprised. I get to work about four, well, no, about five. No, I leave the house at 5:30. So about 6:10 or so, I get to work. Open my email up, and there's the Twitch email saying I made affiliate. So it was like, oh, okay. So uh, yeah, no. Long story short, and stumbling over my own words, I'm digging it, digging it. It's definitely made me a lot more productive. I'll definitely say that. Because usually getting home, I just want to sit and screw off, not think about anything. And so streaming's kind of making me go, nope, I need to do this. And when I have a regiment, I definitely keep to it. So it is doing what I had hoped, and that is a good thing. I'm a high school teacher. I teach game development on the high school level. I have no problem sharing that. But I teach sophomore, junior, and senior. Next year I'll be taking on my first freshman class since I started teaching the high school level. It can be. It can also be extremely frustrating because you kind of wonder why. I mean, I wonder why, but then I also know why, which just adds to the frustration. But why certain kids will pick the program when they didn't want to do the work. But essentially, it's misleading, right? When you hear digital game development as a choice, you just hear game as a eighth grader, and that's when they're applying to the school. So by the time they get to me, they're either not as interested or they figured out this is a lot more work than they bargained for. But the ones that come in and they're taking it seriously, the stuff that they'll come out with is uh, is pretty amazing. Even one recently, I guess I can share this. So for their senior projects, what I'll have them do is I put them in random groups by the jobs they choose, and then they have to come up with 3 ideas, and they have to do mood boards, they have to do all this like collection of information, and then they have to present it. Um, and then I make the rest of the class vote on it, and whatever project gets voted for that team, they have to build. So I give them a little bit of creative freedom, but at the same time, they don't get to choose the project they work on. And one of the game ideas that was pitched was a game called Doctor, or not Doctor No, Uncle No. It was all about this. You're visiting your uncle, and your uncle is trying to touch you. And the only way to sway your uncle from touching you is to throw beer bottles or beer at him to get him drunk and screw off until your dad comes to pick you up. And I was like, all right, guys, we are not doing that in a school setting. However, if you want to make that game in the real world, do it, because I guarantee it's probably going to be a seller. It's a definite top meme game. Um, and if you do it right, I'm sure you'll make some money off it. Because I thought it was a cool idea. I just can't have them building that in a school setting. It would so fit the meme gameplays. I'm sure they could make. I mean, if they sold that thing for $5 a piece, or hell, even $2 is their first game, because it's probably just gonna be a Slender Man ripoff. I guarantee they'd make some decent cash. And the fact that it'd be made by a high school kid, I'm sure that would be, kind of groundbreaking. Again, just couldn't have them do it. Uncle, no. Jesus. Did I grab the wrong one? Oh, what? Did I break this? Oh, I see, I see, I see. I think I see. Weird. It did not do the fill. That is going to drive me nuts. Did I turn something off? Hmm. What is that? Oh. That's so weird. I have no idea what happened. I just decided to take away the fill. Center. Hmm. Oh well. I have no idea why that disappeared, or why this is only looking at the line. Super weird. Seeing the setting changes. Where's this at? Okay, that's down there. Oh well. Probably something weird that Unity's doing. Alright. I'll just put this back over here. I should save so I don't lose anything. System out. I wonder if that's what's causing the error. Okay. Oh no. That's gonna suck. Oh. I have no idea why that's happening. That is driving me nuts. Because this should be hiding this. I know why this isn't hiding that. But why isn't that hiding? Obnoxious. So, how's everybody's Friday night going? Any plans for the weekend? Playing Guild Wars 2? Figures. Can't, I don't know how I would have ever known that. Someone told me they're going to yell at me until I get a trailer built and a Steam page filled out. I wonder how she's going to have that time if she's playing Guild Wars 2 all the time.
I can yell and play.
It's not right. It's just not fair. Oh, so maybe that's what's happening. Is I'm getting these points to cross weird and Unity's acting up when I do that. 'Cause that's looking like the same thing it was doing earlier. Yeah, no, that's true. And I miss the days of EverQuest. Just to put it out there as an old school MMO player, I miss those days. What was the other one that came out around that time? Asheron's Call, I think. Yes, EverQuest. The most brutal MMO, in my opinion. Here, you just leveled up after 20 something hours of playing and you died, you just lost more than half that, 90% of that. Yeah, Star Wars Galaxy. I played a lot of Star Wars Galaxies too. MU? I'm not remembering MU. Oh, Muds. I played a little bit of Muds. Probably, let's see, 90, I think about 96, 97. I don't remember what the Mud was though. A friend of mine introduced me to it, and I played that one a little bit. But then, EverQuest was out, so it was hard for me to go, well, wait a minute, this is the same thing I'm doing here, but it's visual. But I remember playing, man, I'm gonna have to ask him. I haven't talked to him for a while. It'd be a good thing to reach out. Go, hey, what was that mud you made me play?
What?
Searches. So when I was watching the stream, maybe search just started coming up.
Why are you watching a stream?
Because she was up here.
Okay, well then turn it off.
Um,
You're not watching
what was the other one? So there was EverQuest. I think it was called Asheron's Call, and then the one before that, Ultima. I think Ultima was out. Ultima, I think, was probably yeah, Ultima Online. I think that was the first like MMO, right? That was like that. I could be wrong. I might be getting my history wrong here, but for some reason I remember Ultima Online being out, and then EverQuest and Asheron's Call came out roughly around the same time or so. Um, and then I got into EverQuest because I remember watching a news broadcast about how someone sold an item for $10,000. And I was like, oh, I gotta play that game. And so I ended up playing EverQuest, God, 4 years. Spent a good chunk of my life playing that game. But I still have some fond memories of that game. Now I kind of want to go through all these little dots and see if I can get them to fix. Oh, wrong one. You? Nope. You. Yep. I played Galaxies Online. So actually, now that I remember, I think I read an article. So there's two reasons why I went to EverQuest. I had heard that Sony was going to make a Star Wars MMO, and then somebody, uh, and then that because the MMO craze started to pick up, and so the Star Wars MMO was announced, though I don't think the one they announced ended up being Galaxies. I think the one that was announced was kind of canceled for a while, and then Galaxies took its place. But I ultimately wanted to play. I never played an MMO up to that point, and so I wanted to play it. Yeah, Star Wars Galaxies. Yeah, yeah. Um, and so I picked up EverQuest and I made a mage because to me that was the closest to a Jedi I could get. And then I got super addicted to EverQuest, and of course Galaxies didn't come out for years later. Because I picked up EverQuest I think in '99, a year when they launched Kunark, and I think that was the first expansion. And then like I said, I got highly addicted to it for a long time. Yeah, and so I played when I played Galaxies, I played you know, I, I was even on the beta team, well, public beta team. I don't want to make it sound like it was special or anything. I was in beta, and all of us were kind of writing in saying this build just sucks. It's don't launch the game, don't launch the game, don't launch the game. And they did a huge patch and launched the game anyway. I went and picked up my pre-order and all that, and they fixed so much shit in that game from the beta to the final launch that I was actually surprised. But Jedi were wasn't even a thing. It was not even a thought when it first launched. Matter of fact, I think it was pretty much known that there was not going to be a Jedi in the game, except for the NPCs, obviously. And I remember I made a bounty hunter first, and I would spend my time on Tatooine camping the Tusken Raiders so I can get their equipment. And I ran around as a Tusken Raider bounty hunter. And I even named my character. I don't know how like into Star Wars anybody is, but there was a comic series about Ostrad Het. I don't. Maybe if I heard it or saw it, I'd go, yeah, that was probably it. It's like the names were Star Wars relevant, so for some reason I feel like it started with a C, but I cannot think of it. Damn. I must have had like 50 different, because if you guys remember, the stats were random on the equipment. So like you get the same helmet, but could have a different stat on it, or it could have a special on it, or something along those lines. Early on, at least. And I remember getting like just random stats on all. So I had all these helmets, and so when they finally brought in housing, I had like 100 freaking Tusken Raider masks lining up the ceiling. Because that was fun to move stuff in your house. The worst setup I've ever played. Probably still is today, the worst setup. If I remember right, you had to type in the coordinates to move it up X amount. Because there was really no Y. Or something. I don't remember what the problem was. You had to like type in up 15 degrees, 15 this. Ah, the reminiscing days of early MMOs. Yeah, and I think, if we're thinking about the MMO genre, I think that was what or why World of Warcraft blew up. is because it was such hand-holding. Where in EverQuest, you would walk up to someone and ask them for a quest, and in order to keep communicating, you had to pick some word out of their sentence. It was kind of like the old style MUDs and text adventures, right? Like you had to pick something out of what they said and then go, tell me more about this. And then it would go, oh, well, this, blah, 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 and you'd do something from that, right? I really enjoyed it, but man, it made it difficult. It made that game like super hard if you weren't reading Lineage 2. That was a bit later. I mean, you can play that on your phone, and you didn't even stick with it.
The original Lineage 2 was not on the phone.
No, I know. But wasn't it the same type? Or like, was there much different between the phone version and the...
Yeah.
Oh, there was. Yes, Warhammer. Or WoW 2.0. Assuming you mean Warhammer Online.
Cool.
I'd actually never got into Lineage. Just gonna let's see if I can find where this is breaking.
Okay, so I don't need an appointment if this is break by any time. Get the wisdom. You're not. Are you open on Saturday? You're not open on Saturday. Okay. Yeah, I'll bring it by. Thank you.
And I really want. I have no idea what happened to the shape. Why won't you work? Probably just needs to be restarted and it'd be fine. And here I am breaking my brain over it. Alright, let's leave that. Let's see, and our boss, it's gonna be this big old crane. Yeah. I liked, oh man, were they like RTS games for Warhammer? Might be the Warhammer and 40K series that I'm thinking of. Those were fun. Red Alert. I spent hours in Red Alert. And since the studio was here in town, I knew a lot of people that had some, mostly testers that played that were at Westwood back in that time frame. So Red Alert was, you know, something I really got into. I really enjoyed Red Alert. I think it was Red Alert 2 where you, and to be fair, I might be forgetting that it was in 1 too. But as the Americans, you had the paratroopers come in. I would destroy every single map just because of those freaking paratroopers. I just drop them everywhere, and I discover where people were, and then just send a barrage of units. Though I did not really care for Red Alert 3. I mean, it had its moments, but Red Alert 2 was probably the last Red Alert game that I really enjoyed. And then I think I actually found StarCraft right after that. Oh yeah? Oh nice. Yeah, I mean, I remember because I worked across from UNLV when they were making, I think they were making Blade Runner. Yeah, so, oh no, this would have been before that. Um, I think this is like late 90s. I worked across the street from them. Not from them, from UNLV. And the only reason why I remember this is because they had, I think it was Blade Runner. They were doing a thing at UNLV. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense because I think EA bought Westwood. Um, so this might have been 95. I think they were making Blade Runner. And they're having some showcase over at UNLV, and I remember going and getting a bunch of like pamphlets and stuff like that. I was super excited for Blade Runner game. And to be fair, I don't even remember it anymore. Yeah, yeah. I remember doing stuff like that too, showing up to someone's house with my computer and a screen, and then playing like Quake 2 or something. It was either Quake 2 or Unreal Tournament. I don't miss plugging my CRT either. I worked as a tech for a few years at a computer in Ohio. I moved out there for like I think it was a summer, wasn't even that long. And because I worked as a tech, we got discounts on equipment, and I bought this huge CRT. I don't even remember how big it was. It's probably nowhere near how big we can get monitors nowadays. But that thing was enormous. It was like, and it weighed probably like 50 pounds. Oh yeah. That's true too. Now, you can just get a decent laptop and run some decent games now. You weren't doing that before. My widescreens aren't that heavy, but I don't have. Uh, I got what are I think these are 32s curved monitors. They're actually pretty light. Though now, I mean, essentially mine takes up what a 49-inch uh, curved monitor would take, and I bet you anything those are probably pretty beefy. The days are gone for carrying stuff. Man, so glad we don't like even TVs alone. So glad we've advanced. Moving made moving days suck. Yeah. No, those 49-inch ones, man, those things are beautiful looking. Um, and I guess I just haven't come to terms with thinking, well, I'm just like right now, because I have two monitors, I go, okay, everything's over here that does this, and whatever I'm focused on is this screen. Whereas if it was a 49-inch, it could just take that same amount of space. It doesn't have to be locked in. And I just haven't got that in my head yet. I'm sure I would if I had one, but those 49-inch, those are beautiful monitors. Um, Especially that Sony one. I just saw another streamer showcasing, and I was in complete awe of it. Okay, 27-inch. Yeah, you know, and to be fair, yeah, I mean, I have to cut right here. Uh, I can't have something right there, obviously, right? That makes sense. Makes sense. Brown, do you at least have two monitors of 27 inch, or are you still working with one 27 inch? Because I don't know how you would do that. I can't work without uh, a lot of space, a lot of real estate. Oh, okay. See, okay, so that's not, it's about the same amount. You have me on a 50-inch screen. I'm dreading what I look like. Oh, you know why I'm doing this. It's purely for effect. Oh, something like that. There's my pseudo crane body right there for you. All right, so let's see what it looks like. All right, tunneling, tunneling. No colliders on this, so I just fly through it. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, you need to make these tunnels a little bit bigger so it's not so tight knit. Swimming, dodging. I don't know how I would feel having my face on a big screen. That would kind of scare me. Sorry for everybody else. Doop, doop, doop. Ooh, yeah, like right there, that's a tight fit. Can't do that. You need to move that. Tight fit there. Probably shouldn't do that either. All right. So, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, camera needs to pull back some. I want to see at least that and the bird's feet in one shot. So that's got to be pulled back. Did you say they already picked up the food? And it was
Paid
well.
for delivery for 6. Like I did.
So what? What's the estimate now?
It says rivals 550, so I mean it's not.
Oh, okay. So kind of like that. That's about the size I was thinking. Hmm, that's too small. Or wait. Yep, that's too small. Hmm, okay. Figure it out later. You said 5:15?
Yeah. It's,
About 10 minutes. Alright, maybe I should find someone to raid. I think it's a good stopping point. I can submit this. Save. White box. River. All to continues. Checking those changes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Future me problem.
you do tomorrow or something.
I think I'm going to stream again on Sunday. Saturdays seem to be too hectic.
So Friday, Sunday.
For now, I'll do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday, Friday, Sunday. I think I might incorporate Wednesday. Though it's been a good week. It's been a good week, first week of streaming, I think. Oh, Brown, anytime, man. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to talk about some of those old games too. Um, please come back. It's fun. It's always fun to reminisce with people that remember that era. Fishbots, thanks as well. Thank you for the gift. And some of the reminding of the memories. And Phantom, if you're still around, sorry you came in and said hi, and I didn't see you talk anymore. And everybody else who's still hanging out, thanks for coming in. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for the subs, anonymous, whoever you are.
Why do you say it that way?
Because I want to. Leave me alone. Why are you so cringy on your stream? So let me see. I like to raid other game devs, but maybe I will raid a game tonight. And I am seeing Kingdom of the Machine is still streaming, which is out of his norm. Transform is about. Is that a dev streamer? Here, let me. Still getting the idea of rating still too. Oh, he builds game engines. Oh, interesting. Yeah, sure. Travis. Oh, I totally misspelled that. Roman. All right, yeah. Let's do that. Sounds like a good idea. And I totally just lost that page. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? No, I think you spelled it right. Oh no, you did. No, you're wrong. It's all good though. I got it. I got it. So, all right, again, guys, thank you so much for the time for hanging out. We are going to raid Travis Roman. Looks like he's building a game, and so sounds like a good place for me to take you guys. Right now, the way I'm looking at streaming is Thursday, Friday, like I said, and Sunday. I may incorporate Wednesday, but we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Again, thank you for the subs. Thanks for the love. Guys, have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Hope to see you guys again.